How you doing, guys? It was about 2 months back, Watchtower had an article. Kind of stood out because I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. What? Sorry, guys. Where it says not to let your kids get too attached to their pets because they have no emotion. Now, we all know, we've all seen kids with their dogs over the years, and for most of us who are pet owners, we're well aware of that is bullshit. Yes, dogs do have emotion. You know when they're happy. You know when they're depressed. You know when they have anxiety. You can see a dog smile. I'm sorry, they have emotion. But no, they were emphatic about this. This was something I remembered when I was in. And this is nothing new. They knew when I came in I had a dog. But it was imperative that I get rid, not this one, by the way. It was imperative that I get rid of this dog. And I'm like, why? I always had something negative to say about it. And no, my dog is my dog. She stays where she is. And what? Yeah, this one wants to play. But it was imperative I get rid of the dog. Apparently, they didn't want me attached to something that was not part of the organization. It's one thing to indoctrinate people, but now Watchtower realizes they must start younger. They know that people are leaving the org in droves. People are waking up, so they realize that they have to start younger by retraining the brain of the younger people. Why are they doing it, and what are they doing? But they want them void of any natural feeling. They want them void of emotion. So the first thing to tackle is the family pet. And the family pet goes back so far, it's unbelievable. We've all seen kids playing with the dogs. They're happy with the dogs. You know the dogs are ecstatic. When the kid goes to school, the dog gets depressed and wait for that kid to come home. To say dogs don't have emotion is bullshit. It's not only Watchtower that is retraining kids. Is anybody aware of what really goes on in the schools today? Because obviously they're not teaching anymore, they're indoctrinating. Then you've got these youth groups that claim to be doing a good thing. Demolay, Job's Daughter, Order of the Eastern Star, Rainbow Girls, and they basically are all designed to create leaders for the future. What a lot of people aren't aware of is they are controlled by Freemasons, much like Watchtower. It's the Freemasons pulling the strings. Now, when you got something like Demolay, they're training kids to be leaders for the future. But they generally have high-ranking Freemasons showing them this. And they're not training them to be leaders in the future as a good thing. They are giving them their own teachings. They are teaching them about their God, Lucifer. They're getting them ready for their one world order. They want them void of feeling so that they'll turn the parents in. They'd want them to have no natural emotion. They basically don't, family dogs, forget about it. They're expendable. Love for the parents doesn't happen anymore. The lack of respect today makes me want to puke. I mean, I've seen these little bastards, the way they talk. And the sorry thing is the parents are allowing it now because basically you can be brought up on charges for abuse now at a drop of a hat. And the kids know this. This is a disgusting trend that's going on because basically they're pulling the strings behind everything. This is part of their agenda. Create a robotic society to serve the state. And the one thing that a lot of you parents may want to do is talk to your kids about what they're learning in school today. Because like I said, they're not teaching the way we were taught in the years gone by. They're being indoctrinated. And these teachers are basically told what to do. There's no room for any I'm tongue-tied today. There's no room for any movement in their teaching at all. They're basically indoctrinating them. They're telling them the things that we were taught were wrong are okay. Behind your back. They're pushing transgenderism like you would not believe, which is also on the Masonic agenda, much like their god, the Baphomet. They're pushing this one-sex world. This is an abomination against any teachings, be it Christian or otherwise. But this is on with their agenda, and they're making it sound like it's okay. And they're pushing it on these kids, whether they want it or not. They're being told it's okay. And the best way to indoctrinate somebody is when they're at their most impressionable age, when they're young. So Watchtower wants the family pet exterminated. Get rid of it. Don't let that kid have that natural bond with the dog, because the dog has no emotion. I think we all know that Watchtower is a load of bullshit, is the most unchristian organization in the world. I mean, it was very easy to see through when I was there. When I heard some of the things when I was in, they're trying to retrain me, and I was in my 40s. I'd mentioned that before. And it's just, no, that's not the way it is. But what? 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 There's nobody out there. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. Kids went by. Dog wanted to go out and see what was going on. Where was I? But this was part of their agenda. Watchtower being no part of the world? No, because they're on board with this as well. Whether it be Order of the Eastern Star, the Daughters of Job, Demolay, Rainbow Girls, Boy Scouts of America, Watchtower and Bible Tract Society, they are all in this Masonic agenda, whether you know it or not. The veil has been lifted, and for the most part, people are now starting to see what's going on. You look up in the sky, people are starting to notice, to the point where they had to admit that they are spraying the skies, which I'll go on to in another video. But for the most time, most people were looking down. They were never looking up. There was a time when you pointed it out, and people would be like, I don't see anything. Well, now they know. The same thing applies with what's going on. So people, if you do have kids in school, keep a close eye on them. You'll find that a lot of people now are homeschooling now, and for this reason. Talk to your kids. Find out what they're hearing, what they're pushing on them. Because you'd be pretty disgusted to find out some of the things that they are now being taught in school behind your back. And if you are one of Jehovah's Witnesses, especially, watch your kids. Because Watchtower is on board with this agenda as well. Although in recent weeks, I think we found out that they are now going to be held accountable, and they do. Anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to get across. You guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.